Set for the Magic Millions Tattersalls Cup. They're racing. And from the inside, Trap for Fools got out quickly for wide. Already Famous jumped well, and his top of the was speeding across in company with Dark Alert. It's a him kicked up down on the inside of Sunset Superman, and Shintamani's going forward there, but 3 and 4 deep when they'd left the straight. Behind those, Falcon Crest Don't Get Caught settling down just in front of it near the rail as they head along by Beckett's Gate. Then came Hippopus and the tail ender. Very tempting here as they go to the crossing where Trap for Fools led the way. 1600 from home. And the Durban Demon, Dougie White, leads here on Trap for Fools. 3/4 in front, fighting for a head, Shintamani. Already Famous, tucked away on the inside of Top of the Wazza. And then came the grey, It's a Him, covered by Dark Alert, going up to the back. 1400 from home. A length away then, Don't Get Caught. Just starting to sneak up on the inside from Sunset Superman. Falcon Crest for Lane, back third last from Hippopus, and very tempting. About 10 lengths cover the field as they go by the 1200. And they're starting the run out to the riverside. The informed Trap for Fools just floating along. White had him idling. It's Trap for Fools by 1. Shintamani already Famous on the fence third. No change here to the order. 1000 from home. Up running fourth, Top of the Wazza. Over on the inside then the former Group 1 winner, It's a Him from Dark Alert. They're being followed by Don't Get Caught down on the inside, and he's getting a good breather here mid-race aboard Trap for Fools. Sunset Superman a length and a half away then, Falcon Crest, Hippopus, and last of all is very tempting, and it's almost a carbon copy at the 650. Trap for Fools will lead them to the home corner from the Cal Cup winner Shintamani, and already Famous down on the inside third. A neck away running fourth, Top of the Wazza. He pulls Dark Alert 3 deep. Around them now Lane goes forward with Falcon Crest 4 and 5 wide. They start to bunch up. Behind them It's a Him's away from the fence, and they're being followed by very tempting. Trap for Fools led into the home straight at the 300 from Shintamani. Falcon Crest down the outside as White goes to work. Trap for Fools with a kick, already Famous. It's a Him cut back to the rail. 100 out, Trap for Fools in front. Here's Falcon Crest. White lifting Trap for Fools. Another one comes up for Trap for Fools, and Dougie White gets another one at Ascot. Trap for Fools to win the Tats Cup from Falcon Crest. It's a Him. Shintamani Don't Get Caught behind those. Dark Alert, White out, very tempting, followed by Sunset Superman. Behind them next to pull up was Top of the Wazza, and last to greet the judge is Hippopus. The late scratching of Royal Star at the barrier.
Well, we've had to wait till race 6, but we've finally got a leader home here at Ascot, and beautifully rated in front by Dougie White. Trap for Fools leads and wins, and he drifted away from the fence when they came into the home straight, and he just kept asking Trap for Fools to extend. Shintamani sat outside Trap for Fools, and Ollie just left Douglas alone. Douglas just did it as he liked. What did he have left in the straight? Well, he had a very fit racehorse who's in form. That is 4 in a row, and it is, where's he? I think 6 out of its last 7.
Exactly. Look, he was the fittest horse going into this race. You knew that you had the right sort of jockey on under normal circumstances, but ultimately White has come to the fore. He has rated the horse to perfection. There was enough in the tank. He drifted off. We can see the head on there now, and he's got into the right part of the track, what we perceive to be the right part of the track, which is about 6 or 7 off, and the horse has done enough at the end to be able to hold off the fast finishing burst of Falcon Crest, whose effort was good because he took off at about the 650, and he's battled away strongly, and It's a Him enjoyed a glorious run throughout.
All right, and of course if you've backed this horse, you're going to cop a deduction. I'm just seeing on the screen here the deductions prior to scratching. 30 cents the win, 17 cents the place. Now that, I believe, is for the on-track bookies, so just check the deductions there. But it's around 30 cents with Royal Star coming out of the gates. Bob was very worried, as he always is with Royal Star going out onto the track, but more so when she's around at the gates, the waiting, and she sustained a laceration.
Yeah, exactly. Look, she's got other issues, and unfortunately she was out of play today.
All right, can Lindsay and Dougie do it in the railway? Well, they've done it in the Tats Cup, and here is Lindsay Smith with Gareth Hall.
You got to love Trap for Fools. Lindsay makes his own luck, and that was a dominant victory once again.
Yeah, it's the first time Douglas was able to ride him. I thought he was going a little bit soft down the back, but Douglas, as I say, it's the first time. I think he could have gone a little bit quicker, but being very critical, aren't I, for bloke who just won on him.
he's done a wonderful job from where he's come from this preparation to win a race like this on Railway Stakes Day. Has he surprised you?
He always had some ability, but, you know, he's just got no bottom. You just keep giving it to him and he just keeps producing. So they make horses like this make it easy to train because you just work them hard and they eat everything.
Can he win a Perth Cup?
Oh, well, I wouldn't want to say he couldn't. So, you know, if he lasts that long, he does. If he doesn't, he'll be in the paddock. But he's got a lot of courage.
You'd like to see that in the next race if Dougie can lead all the way?
Yeah, I'll kiss him if he does.
Good luck.
Okay, now this is the final totes after the scratching has come out of the pool. Royal Star, 250 and 120 for Trap for Fools, 250 for Falcon Crest and 170 for It's a Him. Just prior to the scratching, Trap for Fools was around $3.60 at Speed. That was prior to Royal Star coming out. All right, Wes is about to chat to Dougie White, who's hoping to go back-to-back in the Railway on Scales of Justice, which would be the first time a galloper has done that since the 60s with Tudor Mac. Lucky Gray won 2, but they weren't back-to-back. They were a couple of years apart. Scales of Justice lining up to try and win back-to-back Railways coming up later this afternoon. All right, Wesley Cameron is about to catch up with Douglas White, who's gone over the scales, and he's with Wes right now.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Greg. Well, Douglas, it looked very, very hard to beat on paper. You're obviously over here for Scales of Justice. Lindsay went into this race chock full of confidence. What were your thoughts going into this race, knowing that the tempo of races was playing such a big part today?
Well, before today, up until yesterday, doing the form with you, and he looked a morality, really, going forward and dictating and having the run of the race. And as the days progressively worked its way on, everyone seems to have been coming off the rail and coming down the outside. So there were slight concerns as far as that went, but I chatted to Lindsay about that beforehand, and he said, what are we supposed to do, lead the race and come off the rail? So he gave me confidence. Obviously, he knows his horses inside out, and the horse himself dug down deep. He's a real determined horse, I'll tell you that, because he doesn't give himself a breather in the race. He manages to hold on to the bit, and you think, oh, there's not going to be much left at the finish, but he digs and he fights. So good on Lindsay for preparing him so well.
You made your intentions pretty clear once you did straighten up. You got to about 6 or 7 horses off the inside.
I did, but that was more him running off than me pulling off. It was never my intention to get that far off the rail, but look, so be it. I'm happy he won, and he did it the tough way, because there's a bit of a headwind going into the back down the riverside, and I had a horse on my quarters for most of the way, so he never really got a good breather. But having said all that, he was a tough horse on the day.
How are you feeling going into the Railway with Scales of Justice after what we've seen earlier on in the program here?
Well, that gives me more confidence now. I mean, I eventually was 2 or 3 off the rail at most, and the horse still dug down deep and won. So I don't particularly think there's a huge track bias, and I've got to take my chances.
You ran the track yesterday. You think it's playing fairly?
I ran the track yesterday. It seemed beautiful. It seems to be playing fairly. As I said, the first 4 or 5 races, everyone's of the opinion now that the outside's the place to go. But I think especially the form guys would probably notice that those were the better horses coming down the outside to win the races. You know, there were a few unlucky horses going in, and I think the form horses came down the outside and won the race.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Douglas White, successful aboard Trap for Fools in the Magic Millions Tattersalls Cup.
Okay, now the siren's going off, but this will be for today.